A pleasant morning to one and all. I am happy to have the lesson, and today I am going to start my 9th standard first unit. Unit number 1. The theme of this unit means each and every unit is going to have a theme. Theme is nothing but the concept, the interior concept, or the you can say it as a central idea, what the theme is going to give you overall. So the first unit theme is humor. You know what is said to be as a humor? Means making the feeling to get laugh, the sense to get laugh. Understood? So the topic of each and every unit is going to have three lessons, 1A, 1B and 1C. 3 readings will be there, A reading, B reading, C reading. Today I am going to say you from first unit 1A lesson, the snake and the mirror. Understood, children? Once again, the theme of this first unit is humor. Topic means the first lesson of this unit, 1A reading. A reading is the snake and the mirror. So let us start our lesson. Let me say the humor part first. You can observe the textbook which is given in the page number 2 and see the picture. Here the lion and there is a well. It is seeing its reflection. Most probably you people might know this story very well. Understood, children? Okay, let me explain you the story in a very short way. Once there was, long ago, once there was a lion kingdom. There was a cruel lion. It was very proud of its strongness. So what did the lion do? It killed all the animals in the forest. So each and every animal were very scared that why this lion is killing all the animals. Why can't we go voluntarily? Why can't we go willingly to have as its prey? Each and every day one animal. Like that they gathered a meeting and they took a resolution. So they are not interested, but unwillingly they were very reluctant to that words. But even though instead of having every day all the animals, one day one animal is more than enough for the lion, they took a resolution and every day they started to move. So first it was a turn of the buffalo, the next the zebra. So like that each and every animal they went on to the lion, and the lion killed, and the lion was enjoying its food every day. Understood? It was enjoying because without doing any hard work it had its prey near to the den. Understood? That near to the den each and every animal they went voluntarily and the lion had its prey. So it was a turn of a rabbit to go near to the lion. So when the rabbit went to the lion, it went very late. The lion was very hungry and it was very angry with the late of rabbit. But the rabbit was having a reason and it said, lion, king, when I was coming I saw one more lion. It started to prank on me. But I said, today I am not your lunch. I am the lunch of my king. So I escaped from that lion and I came to you. Like that the rabbit said, and rabbit is saying to the lion. The lion was very angry. Show me the lion where it is. How can it say I am the king of the forest? I am here. I am the only king. Let me fight it. Let me show who is the king of the forest. So what did the rabbit do? It took the lion to a well and it asked, rabbit said to the lion, please see inside the well. So what did the lion do? The lion was not having any sense. So what did it do? It saw in the well. It shouted. The roaring was like a thunder. It reflected. Means the lion's reflection has fallen and even the sound was also reflected from the well. The lion thought there was one more lion inside the well. So without thinking, without any sense of thinking, it pranked inside the well. Understood? So it lost its life. But here we have to appreciate the sense of rabbit. It thought very intelligently. It was very clever, witty nature. Understood? It saved all the animals in the forest. That is the concept of this picture. So from this we came to know we should have our witty sense. Understood, children? We should have our witty sense. With our witty sense we can come out of the problem or we can overcome a problem. One or the other, we have to face a problem. The problem has to be overcome. Understood? So, with the sense of the cleverness or with the sense of your intelligence, you have to overcome the problem. So, like that, the rabbit has saved the whole kingdom, animal kingdom. Understood? So, in this chapter, we are going to read a story about a homeopath. You know who is called as a homeopath? Who is dealing the science of homeopathy. It is also equal to the doctor. Many fields are there in doctor's field, science field. Unani, Ayurvedic, homeopath, RMB doctors are there. So many doctors will be available. So, homeopath is nothing but doctor who is going to deal with herbs and roots of each and every Ayurvedic plants. So, most probably the disease will be cured not by giving the medicines which is made up of chemicals, which is made up of herbs and roots of the Ayurvedic plants. So, in this chapter we are going to read the experience or see the experience of a homeopath. Understood, children? So, shall I start? See the lesson name, The Snake and the Mirror. What is the lesson name? The Snake and the Mirror. I suppose you people know what is called as a snake. It's a type of reptile. Some of the snakes will be venomous, means very poisonous. Some will not have any poison. They will not be. And you can analyze. Some of the people will be very cruel in their thinking and some will be very kind towards others. The same, the God has given the nature. So here some of the snakes are poisonous, some of the snakes are not poisonous. We don't know how the homeopath is going to face a snake, whether the snake is poisonous or not. But when we are going to see a snake, we will never judge whether the snake is with poison or without poison. At a moment or at a stage, we will be getting scared. Understood, children? So we will see the lesson here. See the first paragraph of page number 3. As a snake ever coiled itself round any part of your body. See the question once again. As a snake ever coiled itself any part of your body. A full-blooded cobra. All of us fell silent. The question came from the homeopath. So I said you already who is called as a homeopath. Homeopath is asking a question to others. Means to the listeners who are there. I don't know where he is asking this question. Let us see in the next paragraph. He is asking the questions to others, those who are listening to him. So he is asking 2 questions. The first question is, have you ever seen a snake? 1. The next, as a snake ever coiled any part of your body, the complete body you can take, any part of your body, any of a snake as ever coiled. Coiling is nothing but, see for example, see this is said to be as coiling, means wounding or rounding. Understood? So the homeopath is asking the question, any part of your body, it might be your head or your hand or your leg, as ever coiled. Like that he is asking. Coiling, it's not at all. If you are going to see a snake, from there we will try to escape. We will never stand like a statue to come and let it wound. We will never give the opportunity for a snake. But he is asking the question. So we will come to know why the question was pelted by him. Next he is asking, a full-blooded cobra. He is saying what type of snake also? Full-blooded cobra. Very poisonous, strong, energetic snake. Full-blooded cobra. Young and energetic, very strong snake. Ever coiled any part of your body? He is asking to the listeners. Why does the question raised by the homeopath? Let us see in the next line. The topic came up when we were discussing snakes. So why did he ask the question? So at that moment, few people they were discussing about the snake. So only homeopath is raising the question that we listened attentively as the doctor continued with the tale. Tale is nothing but story. So the homeopath asked the question. Everyone of us, they started to listen the story very carefully what the homeopath is going to say. Understood? So when he started to say the story, every one of us listened attentively, very carefully, with a keen interest. Understood? Why did he ask the question? Like that they started. Next paragraph. It was a hot summer night, about 10 o'clock. Night 10 o'clock it is summer season. You know what season it is? Summer season. Night 10 o'clock, night time. I had my meal at the restaurant. So I, in the sense, here I refers to homeopath. He had his night dinner. Where did he have his dinner? In a restaurant. Understood? Restaurant, a hotel type. In, we can say there is a small difference between a hotel and a restaurant. Hotel is nothing but where we are going to accommodate ourselves and we can have the pleasant stay and we can have our meals. But restaurants are not like that. We are not going to have any stay over there. We are going to have alone the eating, only for a eating purpose we will go and we will come back, not for staying purpose. So understood, children? So difference between restaurant and a hotel. Staying and eating is a hotel. Without staying, eating is said to be as, eating place is said to be as a restaurant. See, so he had his night meal in a restaurant and returned to my room. So he has returned to his room. Who? Homeopath to his room. I heard a noise from above as I opened the door. So he came to the room. When we are going to come to the house, if it is locked, what we will do? We will open the door. So in the same way, here the homeopath is opening the door and he is about to enter. When he was about to enter, he heard some noise from above. Above in the sense inside the house. From the roof of the house, he heard some noise. The sound was a familiar one. See, if a sound at night hours, if you are going to hear a small sound also, we will be very scared. But here, he is not getting that scariness. Why? Because the sound is very familiar to the homeopath. He is well known to that. So, he is not getting any scared. One could say that rats and I shared the room. I took out my box of matches and lighted the kerosene lamp on the table. So, where the sound is coming from? As the rats are making noise in the house. The surrounding, the neighbors of homeopathy used to say a joke. What is a joke? They have cracked that not only homeopath is sharing the room. Along with homeopath, rats are also sharing the room and the room rent. Like that they used to crack a joke. And as he entered the home, he took a box of matches. Matchbox he took. And there was a kerosene lamp on the table. Kerosene lamp. Why did he lighted that kerosene lamp? As the house was not been electric. Means there is no electric power. It was not been electrified. See, kerosene lamp on the table. Third paragraph. The house was not electrified. So only he started to light that kerosene lamp. If it is electrified means he will go and switch on the light. But there is no electricity. It was a small rented room. It is not his own house. It is a rented room. He is paying his rent. Small house it is. I had just set up a medical practice and my earnings were meager. He started his medical service now. He has completed his education. He started his medical practice now. So his earnings means his salary or his remuneration was very meager, very little. Understood? I had about 60 rupees in my suitcase. So overall, what are the things are in the room he is saying now. So he had a suitcase. In his suitcase, he had only 60 rupees. As he said, why his earnings were very meager. Why? Because he started his medical practice just now. 60 rupees. Along with that, what he had in the suitcase? Along with some shirts and dhotis. You know what is said to be as a shirt and what is said to be as a dhotis. So, along with that 60 rupees, he had his shirts and dhotis. I also possessed, he owned, he had one solitary black coat. Solitary, single, only one black coat he had. Black coat which I was then wearing. That black coat was not inside the suitcase. He was wearing at that time. Understood? So these are the things which he held. Next, I took off my black coat, white shirt and not so white vest. See, he took off. Before he was saying what were there in the suitcase, he was saying that I was wearing a black coat. So what did he do? He removed that black coat and there was a white shirt inside the black coat, and there was a white, not so white vest. What is the meaning of vest? Means inner garments of male. Vest and briefs. Here they are not saying about any briefs, they are saying about the vest. Is nothing but bunions. Understood? Why it is said to be as not so white? Because when we are going to wash the white cloths, means randomly, if you are going to, means frequently or then and there, if you are going to wash any white cloths, the cloths become, the white color becomes somewhat pale in color, becomes somewhat yellowish in color. Understood? So the bunion means the vest has become pale in color. So only here the author is saying that he is wearing a black coat, white shirt and not so white vest. Understood, children? See next. And hung them up. See, he has removed all the three and he has hung to the hanger which is on the wall. You can see it in the picture. See children, here it is in the picture. There was a black coat and white vest. You don't ask me where is the shirt, madam. Shirt might be inside the coat. See, I opened the two windows in the room. So as you people know that he has already entered. So he opened the windows to get some air. As it was not been electrified, he can't switch on the fan. So he wants to get the air. So he opened the window of that room. It was an outer room with one wall facing the open yard. So what did happen? Here he is saying where the room is. You can think, you people might heard this word, outhouse. There will be a big house and there will be an outhouse for the servants and the servant maids. Understood? Here also it is an outhouse for a big house. Understood? So in which he was rented, and the one wall, you can know the house will be with four-sided walls. Understood? The front wall. This is your front wall. This is your door, and one wall is facing the open yard. Yard is nothing but the garden. Understood? So his house is facing, one wall is facing the open yard. Understood, children? Yard is nothing but the garden. So here are the windows which he opened. Understood, children? The open window is at the side of open yard. Remember this. See next. It had a tiled roof. The roof of the house, it is not with the ceiling. It is with a tiled roof. Understood, children? I'll show you in the picture. Tiled roof is nothing but, in olden days they used to have tiled houses. There will be a beam and it will be attached with the gables. And that they will be thatched with the tiles. Not the tiles which we are wearing down. The roof tiles. Roof tiles are entirely different. Understood? So there will be a beam and the gables. On the gables they used to have the tiles. Roof tiles. Roof tiles are different. See, with long supporting gables, these are said to be as the gable parts. Gables. Understood? Long supporting gables. Why do they need the supporting for gables? Because when we are going to place a tile on the means down, it will have the support. There is no any other support. If they are going to, if a man who is going to build or construct a tile, he don't need any means support to have, but on the top he should have the support to place a tile. So only for the support it is mended with the gables. Understood? The gables have been supported by a long beam. Understood, children? See, supporting gables, they rested on the beam over the wall. So overall, this is said to be as a beam. This is said to be as a beam part. And this is said to be as a gables part. On this, the tiles have been placed to have the tile to get supported. Understood? See next. There was a regular traffic of rats to and from the beam. Means if the rats are going to start here, it will go and it will come back. So they are having the traffic on that beam. Understood? Means it is moving from one place to another place with the help of that gables and the beam. See next. I made my bed and pulled it close to the wall. I lay down, but I could not sleep. I got up and went out to the veranda for a little air. But the wind god seemed to have taken time off. So what did the homeopath do? So he opened the door and everything was now okay. He is about to sleep. He removed his coat, white shirt and white, not so white vest. He started to sleep. Before sleeping, what will we people do? We will adjust the bed and we will set the bed to get sleep. So like that, he took the bed towards the wall. He pushed the bed or the cot towards the wall and he adjusted everything. He started to sleep. But for some time he rolled on the bed. He did not get sleep. So he got up from the bed and went out to get some air. Where did he go out? To the veranda part. Means outside of the house. The closed part is said to be as veranda part. Understood? Closed part of house. Outside of the house is said to be as portal, we can say. Understood? He came there to get some air. But the wind god has taken time off. Even the wind god did not show any courtesy towards that homeopath. The wind god seemed to be taken away. Understood? There was no air even inside the room or outside the room. Understood, children? See the next paragraph. I went back into the room and sat down on the chair. I opened the box beneath the table and took out a book, the Materia Medica. I opened it at the table on which stood the lamp and a large mirror. A small comb lay beside the mirror. So, he saw that there was no wind even outside also. So, he came back inside the house. Means inside the room he came. So, he did not go to sleep. He did not go to the bed. But he came to the chair. He took the chair next to the chair, beneath the table. Means next to the table, beside. For example, beneath means beside. Next to the table there was a box. So he opened the box and took a book. The book name is Materia Medica. Means related to science, Ayurvedic. So he took the book and he sat in the chair and placed the book on the table. There were three things on the table. One is the book which he took from the box. And there was a comb. Comb means if people know to comb your hair. Understood? Comb. And one more is there was a kerosene lamp which he lighted when he entered. Understood? And in front of a table there was a large mirror. Understood? Reflected thing. So there was a large mirror. Understood? Three things there were on the table. One is the Materia Medica and a comb laying outside, small comb and a kerosene lamp. In front of the table there was a large mirror. Understood, children? Any doubts? Okay. Which stood the lamp and a large mirror, a small comb lay beside the mirror. Next to the mirror, the small comb was laying. See next. One feels tempted to look into a mirror every time. When we are going to cross a mirror, we feels to get attracted. We want to see how we are looking to others. Even we will adjust ourselves. We will comb our hair, we will adjust our partings and we will take a cloth and we will wipe our faces. The same feeling even the doctor is getting at that moment. He wants to observe his beauty. Long ago, he was a great admirer of his beauty because he wants to keep himself neat and clean. Understood? See, he will say that. One feels tempted to look into a mirror, tempted to get convinced, to wanted to get attracted. I took a look. In those days, I was a great admirer. He was a great fan of himself. If I will be looking good only, no, I can observe others. If I am not looking good, how can I observe? I will never go out. So he will be keeping himself very neat and clean. I believed in making myself look handsome. So he will be always keeping in his mind that he should be looking very handsome. Handsome, good looking means smartness. The others who are observing me, they should say, very beautiful lady. So in the same sense, he used to have the thought, everyone of whoever is going to see the homeopath, they should think a very good man, a very good looking man, a smart man, like that. See, I was unmarried and was a doctor. He's saying he is a bachelor, unmarried. Before marriage, the men will be called with the word of bachelors, and the ladies will be called with the word of spinster. Understood? So he is saying, I am a bachelor and I am a doctor to that. To support that bachelor, I am a doctor. So most probably I will get a very good wife. Like that he thought to himself. I felt I had to make my presence felt. I want to make my presence to feel for others very happy. I want to make my presence happy for others. Then only they will think about me, they will talk about me. So he wants to be the hero of that time. See, I picked up the comb and ran it through my hair and adjusted the parting so that it looked straight and neat. Again, I heard that sound from above. So what did he do? He thought to himself that he should be very handsome. I said you already, there was a comb on a table. So he took the comb and adjusted his parting. Parting is nothing but the dividing of the hair. Understood? He adjusted. He combed his hair. He wants to look very handsome. And see, adjusted his parting. Look straight and neat. To give the good looking, he adjusted his parting. Again, I heard that same sound from above. When he opened the door, he heard some noise. The same noise now he heard. When he was combing his hair, when he was adjusting his parting, he heard the same noise now. Next, I took a close look at my face in the mirror. So he wants to observe the mirror. So what is the negative or what is the positiveness in his face? He wants to observe. So he went very close to the mirror and he is observing. What is that? Whether he looks good or not. I made an important decision. I, in the sense, means here the homeopath is taking an important decision by observing the mirror. Understood? What is that important decision? I would shave daily. Means trimming his beard. Understood? He wants to shave daily and also grow a thin mustache. Mustache is nothing but the hair grown on the upper lip. So he wants to shave daily. He took a decision, very strong decision, that if he wants to have the handsome face, he wants to shave daily and also grow a very thin mustache. I was, after all, a bachelor and a doctor too. So he is saying himself that he is a bachelor, unmarried man, and he is a doctor on top of it. Means, as a plus point, he is saying, I'm not only a bachelor, I'm a doctor, I'm a earning person, I'm a salaried man. Like that he is saying to himself. I looked into the mirror and smiled. So he observed and he took a strong decision now. Once again he thought to see the mirror and he is laughing to himself to look. After looking at the mirror, he smiled. Not smiling is a different part. Laughing is different, smiling is different. Laughing means ah ha ha ha. This is said to be as a laughing. But smiling means a person who is with shyness. This is said to be as a laugh. Means a smile. Understood? So he put a corner smile and he laughed at, means smiled at the mirror. I made it was an attractive smile. So already I said laughing is entirely different. Smiling makes others to get attracted. So he wants that attractiveness to be given to others. See, I made another earth-shaking decision. So what is that earth-shaking decision? I would always keep that attractive smile on my face. So he wants to keep that smile on his face so that others will get attracted. So one, the decision, shaving daily and growing a thin mustache. The second decision, he wants to have the corner smile, attractive smile on his face. To look more handsome. I was after all a bachelor and a doctor on top of it. Once again he is saying the same dialogue. I am an unmarried man. I am expecting a very good woman to get married to me because I am a doctor. Understood? See, again came that noise from above. So he heard the noise from above. First time he heard the noise while he was opening the door. Second time he heard the noise while he was combing. The third time he heard the same noise. The second decision were taken. Means a corner smile should be there on the face. He took the decision now. So third time he heard that noise. Next, I got up. So he was sitting in the chair in front of a table. in front of a mirror. So he got up. From the chair he got up. Lit a BD. BD you know already. Cigarette, BDs, which is injurious to health. But as he is a doctor, he don't know the cautiousness. But even though to get relaxed or to think about something, he wants to be very energetic. So he lit a BD. Don't feel that if you want to be energetic, you want to lift a BD. Don't think that. But here, whatever the author is saying, I am explaining you. So he took a BD and he lit it. Understood? Lit. He lit it. See, he lit a BD and paced up and down. So he held a BD in his hand. He is going on smoking. And this is said to be as paced up and down. Understood? Held his hands back or front somewhere, going to the front and coming back. Means inside the room itself, he is walking. This is said to be as pacing up and down. Understood, children? To means moving to and fro. Yes? See. Then another lovely thought struck me. So, 2 decisions is not enough for the doctor. Now he wants to take one more decision also. That struck him when he was pacing up and down in the room with a BD. So what is that thought? Let us see. I would marry. So overall, he came to the solution that he wants to get married. To whom he want to get married? I would get married to a woman doctor. Everyone will think of the same. Whatever the profession we are, we need our better off to be in the same profession. Understood? Because there will be a good understanding between them. If a man is with another profession, will not have the same thinking. So most probably they will think in that way. So here also the doctor is thinking the wife, the better off should be, the helpmate should be in a same profession. He wants a woman doctor to be married who had plenty of money. You people know our homeopath is a poor doctor. So he wants a woman doctor who is held with plenty of money. She should be rich. Understood? From the start onwards, she should be rich. Money and a good medical practice. And even he started his practice now. The woman doctor who should have a good medical practice means who should have patients more and more, because then only their earnings will be more. She had to be fat. So one more means he is adding one more thing to the woman doctor, means to is better off. One thing, she should be a woman doctor. Second, she should be held with a plenty of money. And third, she should be fat. She should not be very thin. She should be fat. Why she should be fat? That he is saying the reason. What is the reason that he is going to say? See, whenever a person is commonly held with a mistakes, man is held with a mistakes. So whenever the homeopath is going to do a mistake, she should not be running back of him. If she is fat, can she able to run? She can't. So for that reason, the homeopath is requesting the God to give his wife or is better off with a fat person. Understood? So 3 things he is expecting from his better off. One is she should be a woman doctor. Second, who should have the plenty of money. The third, she should be fat. Understood? These are the 3 expectations which he is expecting from his better off. Understood? See children. Next. With such thoughts in my mind, I resumed my seat in the chair in front of the table. So he got up already, he paced up and down, he took the third decision that he want to get married. So once again, he is going and sitting in the chair. Taking seat for the second time, resuming. Understood? So he took the chair and he sat. Now what is he going to do? Resumed is my seat in the chair in front of the table. There were no more sounds from above. So before all he heard 3 times the noise. Understood? He heard that. But now the noise was completely silent. The room completely fell in silent. Suddenly there came a dull thud as if a rubber tube had fallen to the ground. See, I will show you the sound. See, I am not going to show you with the help of a rubber tube is going to produce a sound. The same, the ball is going to produce you. See the sound? Did you hear the sound? This is the thud sound. Understood, children? This is the thud sound. Okay. You people know that he resumed his seat. So after that only he heard that thud sound. Understood? Means as if a rubber tube. You know what is called as a rubber tube. A cycle tube which is in the tires, inside the tires. So that tube, if you are going to throw on the ground, what is the sound made by that rubber tube? I showed you now. So the same sound he heard from back of the chair. Understood, children? From the back of the chair, he heard that sound. He wants to see what the sound is, from where the sound is coming from. When he was about to turn his face. Understood? From the chair. For example, I will show you in the live. See, as if the homeopath is sitting, he heard the sound from the back part. So he wants to see or hear the sound, where the sound is coming from. He turned his face, but while he was turning, he did not turn completely. He was unable to turn because there was a snake landing on his shoulder, wriggled to the chair. Understood, children? Wriggled means it rounded the arm of the chair. For example, I will show you. You think this as a snake? It wounded to this chair. Wounded to this. Wounded to this chair, and at last it took the seat over the left arm of homeopath. It took the seat over the shoulder of homeopath. It wriggled means wounded, turned and twisted towards the chair. Understood? The head part means the hood part landed on the shoulder, left side shoulder of the homeopath. Left side. Understood? Landed on the shoulder. See, I will show you. It landed on the shoulder. Understood? So he was unable to turn his face to hear the sound where it is coming from. It can't see. He can't see. Because both the actions were simultaneously taken place. Understood? Means turning his face, the snake landing on the shoulder, were both simultaneously happening. Understood, children? What is simultaneous? Means both the actions will be happening together. Parallelly it is going on. He was about to turn, the snake landed on the left shoulder. See. Suddenly, surely nothing to worry about. Even so, I thought I would turn round and take a look. No sooner had I turned than a fat snake wriggled over the back of the chair and landed on my shoulder. Understood, children? So he was about to turn, but there was no chance to turn his head because already a fat snake, he expected a fat woman to get married, but the God's grace was very different. You know, the God will be thinking in a different way, what to be given to the people. So he has sent a fat snake to the homeopath. As a fat snake landed on the shoulder of the homeopath as he was sitting in the chair. The body part of the snake was wriggled over the chair. The head part means the hood part was landed on the shoulder. Understood? See, this part, the head part of the snake is said to be as the hood part. This part is said to be as the hood part. Hood part. This part is said to be as a hood part. This was landed on the shoulder of homeopath. The snakes landing on me and my turning were simultaneous. Already it landed. He was unable to turn because both the actions took place simultaneously. Means at the same time. I didn't jump. So the man who was sitting in the chair, he didn't jump. By seeing a cockroach or any other insect which makes us to feel irritated, we will jump from there and we will move away. But here he was unable to do such actions because the snake has landed on his shoulder. I didn't tremble. He didn't shake his body. If he is going to shake his body, what will happen? At a stretch, the snake will stuck on his face. So he is unable to do such actions. I didn't cry out. Here it meant crying is nothing but not crying with the tears, but shouting. Understood? He did not do that three actions. One, he did not jump. The second, he did not tremble his body. The third, he did not cry out, means he did not shout. There was no time to do such things. He does not have that time, because already the snake has landed on the shoulder. The snake slithered along my shoulder and coiled around my left arm above the elbow. So overall, what did happen? Slithering means gliding. See, already I said you, the snake has wriggled over the chair. This chair part is wriggled, means coiled. But now what has happened? From the shoulder part too, it landed on the shoulder, no. From the shoulder part too, it slithered, means glided or slided over the shoulder, and at last it coiled the left arm. So it rounded the left arm. Understood, children? This is my shoulder. From the shoulder, from there to the left arm, it slithered, means glided, and it coiled the left arm. As you can see how it is rounded. See now what is going to happen. Coiled around my left arm above the elbow. This part is said to be as the elbow part. From above the elbow, it rounded, means it coiled. See, the hood was spread out. As I showed you what is said to be as a hood part, that was spread. Understood? Very dangerous situation to the homeopath. Spread out, and its head was hardly 3 or 4 inches away from my face. Overall, see, only 4 or 5, 3 or 4 inches. Means overall the hood part of the snake was near to the homeopath. Understood? If he is going to do any other action, mischievously or sillily, he is going to get stuck with the snake. So he is unable to do anything. He became like a stone. Understood? He is a human being, but at that moment, because of the landed of the snake, he became like a stone, because the hood part of the snake is near only just 3 or 4 inches away from the face. The snake face and the face of the homeopath was just near. Understood, children? See next. See. It would not be correct to say merely that I sat there holding my breath. So it is not correcting that I held my breath very, he is not taking any breath at all. He is held with the breath. If he is going to take breath, what is going to happen? He has to expand his chest part. So that action also will make the snake to get struck. I was turned to stone. Overall, he has become motionless, as if any person has come and said him, attack. But my mind was very active. His outer part, his physical part is inactive, but inner part is very active. He wants to think for the solution to get out of that snake. The door opened into the darkness. Already you know that he went to get some air from outside. He opened the front door. Now it is open. The complete outside was completely filled with darkness. There was no light at all. The room was surrounded by darkness. In the light of the lamp, I sat there like a stone image in the flesh. So overall, what had happened? Everywhere it was completely filled with darkness, but alone there was a kerosene lamp on the table. Only with the help of this light lamp, he is going to get escaped. How he is going to get escaped? See, I felt then the great presence of the creator of this world and the universe. Overall, whenever we are going to get a problem, when we are going to struck with a problem, we will be thinking for a solution. One, most probably many of them will think about the God. Please God, they will pray very hardly. Please God, please get me out from this problem. Like that, each and everyone will pray. So the same thing is happening for the homeopath too. So what the homeopath is doing? He is coiled with the snake. He is coiled with the snake and he is sitting like a stone. Now he wants to get a solution for that. So he is getting the solution from the God. So he is praying very hardly. He is praying from his bottom of his heart. He wants to talk to the God, but he can't open his mouth. Inside the heart, he is praying to the God, creator of this world and this universe. God was there. Suppose I said something and he did not like it. I tried in my imagination to write in bright letters outside my little heart the words, "Oh God." Before that, he thought for a while and he heard that he wants to get married to a fat woman. But the God did not like that idea. He has sent the fat snake. Even now, he is going to think about another thing. If the God does not like it, something will be sent to him. So he don't want that to be. But hardly he is praying for the God. And outside the heart, he is writing a great word. Oh God, please save from this problem. Please save me from this problem. Not with the words, but inside. He is thinking in his mind. Understood? See next. There was some pain in my left arm. Why? Because you people know that the snake is crushing his hand. It is coiling tightly. See how my hand is going to become. I will show you the experiment. If the snake is going to crush, see how my flesh has become. It has become very tight. So the snake is trying to crush his hand. Whether he is going to get rid of that snake or not, let us see. See. There was some pain in my left arm. It was as if a thick leaden rod. Show me that rod. This rod, if it is molten, if it is become like wire, if it is when it will become a molten form, when it will get the molten form, when it is fired, when it is put into the fire, it becomes molten, it becomes flexible. So as if a fired molten rod is going to get wounded the left arm. You think? Understood? You can experience that feeling. So as if a leaden rod is going to be molten, is going to get the state of molten, that molten rod is going to be wounded the left arm. The same feeling is got by that homeopath. Understood, children? This is the rod. You can feel that experience. See. No, a rod made of molten fire was slowly but powerfully crushing my arm. So his arm started to get crushed by the snake. Understood? If a rubber band is wounded, means if you are going to put a rubber band over to your hand, after few seconds or few minutes, you will get the pain in that place, because the blood which is going to flow in that vein will be stopped. The same way, because of the snake, there was no blood circulation in the left arm for the homeopath. Because of that, he is getting the pain in that left arm. He lost all his strength. Understood? He don't have any strength over the left arm. Even he can't shout also. Now how he is going to do? Let us see. The arm was beginning to be drained of all strength. What could I do? So overall, the doctor is saying, I drained all my strength. He lost all the strength of this left arm. He don't have the strength to the left arm. Whatever the actions he wants to do with the left arm, he can't do now. He lost complete strength. Now what is he going to do? At my slightest moment, okay, even with a complete body strength, if he is going to take some action, will the snake leave the man to take any action? It won't. What will happen? At a slightest moment, a little bit, even if he is going to close his eyelashes also, the snake might struck him. Understood? So he is not going to take any chances. See, slightest moment, the snake would struck me. Death lurked, loitered, means that death is very nearer to the homeopath. He is seeing his death in his naked eyes. 4 inches away, the death was near only 4 inches. See, suppose it struck. Okay, if I am going to take any chance, means I am going to show some slightest moment, what will happen? The snake will struck me. Okay, if it is going to struck, it will leave me. What is the medicine I should take? What can be? Is there any medicine in my room? He is searching for that. See, what was the medicine I had to take? There were no medicines in the room. I was but a poor, foolish and stupid daughter. I forgot my danger and smiled feebly at myself. So you don't have any other things. Means, okay, I got stuck with the snake. So what can be the medicine I can take from the room? There were no medicines at all because recently he has started his medical practice. He don't have any first aid medicines in his room. So as he is smiling at himself, smiling feebly, even his smile is not having any energy. But previously in front of the mirror, he started to give an attractive smile. Now the smile has become feebly, means without any strength. He is laughing at himself. He is smiling at himself. Means he knows the dangerous situation what he is prevailed with. See, it seemed as if God appreciated that. Means God has graced the homeopath. What is the grace he is going to get? The snake turned its head. So you know that already. The snake is near to the homeopath's face, only 3 or 4 inches. But now it turned its head towards the other part, other side, means towards the mirror. You see that? Okay. Okay. You people know that as if the homeopath is sitting in the chair. The face of the head, a snake is towards the homeopath. But as the God has given the blessings to the homeopath, it turned its head towards the mirror part. You know that there was a large mirror in front of the table. So the snake has turned its head towards from the part of homeopath to mirror part. Before, who got attracted with the large mirror? Homeopath. Now the portion of the homeopath is going to be taken by the snake. Now the snake is going to get attracted by the mirror. So there is no exemption in the God's creation. Each and every one of us will be getting attracted with the mirrors. Understood? See. The snake turned its head. It took into the large mirror and saw its reflection. Before, homeopath saw his reflection and got attracted. Now the snake is going to get attracted towards his reflection, and whether it is going to strike the homeopath or it is going to see its beauty and whether it is going to take any other decision like homeopath or not. Let us see. I do not claim that it was the first snake that had ever looked into a mirror. You might have observed small birds will be coming near to the window mirrors and it will be going on poking into the mirror. Have you observed that? So this is the first mirror this is the first snake who got attracted to the large mirror, and it is going to observe its beauty at very close. See, looked into the mirror, but it was certain that the snake was looking into the mirror. Was it admiring its own beauty? Was it trying to make an important decision about growing a mustache or using eyeshadow and mascara or wearing a vermilion spot on its forehead? So overall, you know that by seeing the mirror, homeopath took some decisions. Now homeopath is thinking that even now the snake is going to get attracted with the mirror and it is going to take some important decisions. What are the important decisions that the homeopath is thinking about the snake? Whether to grow a thin mustache. If the snake is male, it will try to have a strong decision to grow a thin mustache. Okay. It is a female snake. What it is going to do? Whether it is going to apply a high shadow. Means the eyelash, down eyelash, if we are going to apply, that is said to be as a high shadow. Upper eyelash, if you are going to apply something, that is said to be as mascara. So female snake, no, it want to have some makeup to his face. So eyeshadow, high means mascara, or whether it is going to have a vermilion spot, a red spot, kunkumam. Understood? Whether it is going to apply some kunkumam on his face. It is going to state that decisions are not. Like that the homeopath is thinking with the thoughts of the snake. Understood? See, next. I did not know anything for certain. He did not think anything now. At that moment, at that true moment, he is not thinking about anything. What sex was the snake? Do we need that? If we are in the dangerous portion, will we think about the genders of the snake? No. But here the homeopath is thinking, what sex was the snake? Was it male or female? As if before he took some decisions about the snake? No. whether to have a thin mustache or applying eyeshadow or the mascara or the vermilion spot. Now he is thinking whether the snake is male or female. Whatever the snake, if it is going to strike us, most probably the poison will enter the body. Male will not get entered. Female alone will be entering the body. Will we have such any things? No, not at all. Whatever snake is going to strike us, surely the poison will enter our body. Understood? Never know. For the snake unbound itself. So overall, the snake got attracted to the mirror like homeopath. So it unwounded from the left arm. Wounding means coiling. Unwounding means uncoiling, means came out of the left arm. I'll show you how it is going to. See, from the left arm it uncoiled. Overall, what did it do? It slithered on the lap. Slithered means glided. From the lap, it started to go onto the table. Understood, children? From the left arm to the lap part to the table. Lap means this part is said to be as the lap part, the thigh part. If you are going to sit, we can't say this as a thigh. Sit on my thigh, we will never say. But we will say sit on my lap. So this part. So from the left arm to the lap onto the table. It glided onto the table. Now the snake is near to the table, near a large mirror. See, children. See. Itself from my arm and slowly slithered into my lap. From there, it crept onto the table. Means from my lap onto the crept. Means it started to creep on the table. Means slowly it is moving. Understood? See next. Crept onto the table and moved towards the mirror. It went near to the mirror. Perhaps it wanted to enjoy its reflection at closer quarters. Second Asian, when he was taking, what did the dog homeopath do? He went near to the mirror to observe his beauty very closer. The same thing, even now the snake is going to take. It is going near to the large mirror where it is. It wants to observe its beauty at closer quarters, very nearer. It is somewhat distant. If the snake is here, means it can't see its beauty. Because there is no electricity. With the help of the kerosene lamp only, it wants to see its reflection. It is not viewed properly. So what the snake is doing, the snake is very clever, it is moving near to the large mirror. It wants to observe its beauty at closer quarters. See next. I was no mere image cut in granite. I was suddenly a man of flesh and blood. Still holding my breath, I got up from the chair. I quietly went out through the door into the veranda. From there, I leapt into the yard and ran for all I was worth. So overall, what did happen? Before that, when the snake wounded his left arm, he became like a stone. But now the snake has released him. He got escaped. So what did he do? Slowly he got up from the chair. Now he was not a granite. Now he was not a stone. What did he do? Even now he is holding his breath. He is not taking his breath now. Slowly he came out of the chair. He started to run very fast into the open yard. Means into the garden. From there, he leapt as much as possible. He is putting all his strength towards his legs and he started to run towards his other's friend's house. Understood, children? Only his left arm is not having the strength because it crushed. But the complete body will be having his strength. So he put all his strength towards the legs. He started to run very fast like a running racer. Understood? As a racer he is running. See. Few. Each of us evade a sigh of relief. Starting I said, he is saying his experience to his companions who is listening to him. So everyone who were listening, Hammaya. So they got some relaxation. They took some strong, heavy breath. Means as if they are in the place of homeopath. They took the heavy sigh of relief. Means taking the breath as for the relaxation. All of us lit BDs. So before he lit the BD, now who were listening there, they started to lit the BDs. Somebody asked, Doctor, is your wife fat or not? So is this a question needed now? But a companion is asking, a listener who is there, he is asking a question. Is your wife fat, doctor? Like that. Whether he is going to say the reason or not. No, the doctor said, God willed. Otherwise, my love companion is a thin, reedy person with a gift of sprinter. No. I thought that my wife should be fat. But God has not given me that fat wife. If at that situation, my wife will be fat, can she able to run after me? No. I should be back of her or she should be back of me. But God has not graced me with a fat wife. He has given me a wife who is a thin, reedy person. Very thin. She is not good looking, but she is a thin person. The God has given her the gift as a sprinter. Like a racer she will run. So whenever the danger is going to come in front of us, we will run like a racers. Like that, he is giving the reply to the companion. Someone else asked, Doctor, when you ran, did the snake follow you? So one more companion is asking the question, did the snake come back of you? Whether he is going to say. The doctor replied, I ran and ran till I reached a friend's house. I did not turn back. Whether the snake followed me or not, I don't know. I went to my friend's house, then I did not see whether the snake is following me or not. I reached my friend's house. After reaching my friend's house, I smeared oil all over the body. Smeared means applied. I took an oil bottle and applied the oil bottle all over the body. I took bath and changed into fresh clothes. The clothes does not belongs to me. It's my friend's dress. So I wore my friend's dress. See. I ran and ran till I reached a friend's house. Immediately, I smeared oil all over myself and took a bath. I changed into fresh clothes. The clothes which he was wearing that he did not wear once again. He changed into his friend's dress. The next morning at about 8:30, I took my friend and 1 or 2 others to my room to move my things from there. So what did he do? That night he slept there in his friend's home. Morning he woke up, he took his friend, not only his friend, 1 or the other persons who are neighbors, 3 persons, along with me 3. We all the 4 went to my room to see whether the snake is there or not. I am not going to reside or I am not going to continue my lifestyle there. I am going to vacate my room. So along with them, I am going to shift my things. Like that I took all the 3 to my room. But we found we had little to carry. Some thief had removed most of my things. The room had been cleaned out, but not really. The thief had left behind one thing as a final insult. So there are no things at all. What did happen? That night, some other thief has entered the house of homeopath. He vanished everything. All the things were vanished by the thief. There were no things at all to carry by the homeopath. There is no any other thing. There is no things at all. There were no things. But only one thing the thief has left. What is that? You people can guess. It is nothing but not so white vest. Understood? As a insult to insult the doctor, why can't you wash and use your vest? Like that he thought, he left that white vest, not so white vest there in the room. It vanished all the things of homeopath. See, what was that? I asked. The doctor said, my vest, the dirty one. The fellow had such a sense of cleanliness. The rascal could have taken it and used it after washing it with the soap and water. But here the doctor is saying, that stupid has not taken my white vest. He thought it is very dirty, he left it. Why can't that thief took it and washed with the soap and water? He might have used it one more time now. But he wants to insult me. Understood? So he left that white vest in the room. Did you see the snake the next day, doctor? One more man is asking. The doctor laughed. I have never seen it since. It was a snake which was taken with its beauty. I have never seen the snake once again. This is the only one snake in my life. I have never seen any other snake attracted to their beauty. But this is the only snake who got attracted. So this is the story. The story was narrated by Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. This he is the author, and he has written this story in his own mother tongue, means Malayalam. The story was translated to English by V. Abdullah. Understood, children? The story's author is Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. In his language, means in Malayalam he has written, translated by V. Abdullah into English. Understood? Thank you, children.